We, on the con side, firmly believe that using minimum wages as a policy is not the solution to increasing intergenerational mobility in the US due to both economic factors as well as factors beyond wage. There are multiple economic limitations of minimum wage policies, one being inflation and cost of living, and two being the effects on small businesses and job creation. First, inflation and the cost of living pose significant challenges. When the minimum wages increase, it's not always guaranteed that these increments will match the pace of inflation. As the cost of living rises, the purchasing power of the increased wages might not be enough to maintain the same standard of living over time, rendering individuals unable to afford essential goods and services despite earning more. Take the United States as an example. The federal minimum wage has stagnated at $7.25 since 2009, failing to keep up with inflation, which consequently diminishes its real value.
Additionally, the impact on small businesses and job creation cannot be ignored. Research indicates that industries like hospitality, retail, and food service face challenges when minimum wage hikes are enforced. Small businesses constrained by narrow profit margins struggle to absorb increased labor costs. This often results in layoffs, reduced late work hours, and in extreme cases, business closure leading to job losses. Furthermore, concerns about job creation emerge prominently. Studies, including Congressional Budget Office's report in 2019, suggested that while 15 federal minimum wage could benefit millions, it might also cause significant job losses, estimated around 1.3 million workers. A recent study by University of Washington has shown that Seattle's 15 minimum wage did little to offset widening inequality. The study suggested that there was a considerable reduction in jobs when minimum wage was increased from 11 to 30 for large employers. Wage rose about 3%, but the number of hours worked by those in low wage jobs dropped about 9%, which is a sizable amount that led to net loss of earnings on average.
Some may argue that increasing the minimum wage can positively impact both job and financial security for low-income workers, as well as provide broader economic benefits. Raising the federal minimum wage may help reduce income inequality and job turnover. Minimum wage increase also contributes to financial security and higher purchasing power for individuals. Broadly, some suggest that it also boosts the economy, as higher wages for low-income workers lead to increased consumer spending. This, in turn, can stimulate economic growth and create additional jobs. However, on job security, while turnover may decrease, so might overall job availability. Lacking profits to absorb higher labor costs, businesses downsize staff instead of retaining employees at elevated wages they cannot afford. Additionally, income losses from inflation or job loss still leave workers financially insecure despite nominal wage gains. As for financial security and purchasing power, no doubt extra wages provide relief, but will income keep pace with rising rents, food costs, and utilities? If not, the security proves fleeting. And what of those losing hours or jobs due to hikes? They face greater insecurity. Finally, stimulating economic growth requires a balance between costs and consumption. If businesses shrink and unemployment swells due to hikes, economic activity declines, and higher prices from inflation also dampen consumer spending power over time.
Educational, health, and family disparities are complex issues intertwined with economic factors, but simply raising minimum wages does not fully address the root causes. We believe expanding Earned Income Tax Credit, EITC, is the most effective for low-income working individuals compared to simply raising federal minimum wages across the board. Because first, the EITC is a refundable tax credit, meaning those eligible receive cash payments, and the amount varies based on the number of children or dependents in order to better meet family expenses. A minimum wage hike is a blanket, often fails to account for actual financial obligations. Second, some research has found that the EITC significantly motivates unemployed or part-time workers to enter the workforce or increase hours in order to receive credits, which encourages workforce participation. And thirdly, an EITC expansion would provide benefits in a given tax year, plus savings and investment flexibility for future expenses like education, skills training, etc., to break cycle of poverty. Minimum wage gains may quickly be eroded without other structural changes. Lastly, increasing the minimum wage can be challenging to implement for cash-strapped small businesses and startups, leading to reduced hiring or hours, and the EITC avoids imposing these administrative hardships.
So in conclusion, while raising the minimum wage aims to help low-income workers, the policy poses economic risks and fails to address root causes of financial instability. Wage hikes often fall behind inflation, eroding real income gains over time. They can harm small businesses, limiting job creation and leading to cutbacks. Instead, targeted solutions like the EITC offer a better approach. In the end, minimum wage increases offer only marginal short-term relief for broader systemic income inequality issues rooted in disparities across health, education, housing, and other areas. Thank you.